Hello friends, in this talk we will be focusing on the concept of empathy and its relevance. The term empathy has a emotion oriented connotation, and many of you might be wondering why is it that in a soft skills course empathy is significant. We will talk about that, but before that I will ask you to refer back to the talk on emotional intelligence and to the talk on listening, where we did talk about empathetic listening where you are trying to understand others. More important, in today's world we find that empathy has become a byword, if not directly, indirectly, because we have a different focus today on the concept of happiness, and a lot of courses around the world are focusing on the concept of human well-being and happiness. Okay, and again in that context empathy plays a very significant role. So we will try to look at these concepts, keeping in mind the fact that when it comes to the concept of empathy, the Indian tradition, although the word comes from Greek and European context, plays a very significant role. Empathy in the Indian context has played a very distinctive role in its history, and we will talk a little about that as we proceed with this particular talk. So these are the things we will touch upon. We will start by looking at what is empathy, and then why do we need empathy, what are the various features of empathy, what habits to inculcate in order to become more empathetic, and with that we will end this particular talk. But before we go on to that, probably it is a good idea to take a test and find out how empathetic you are. Now, Berkeley has a center for greater good, and they have generated a lot of questions and quizzes which will give you some insights into your basic innate nature when it comes to things like being happy, being empathetic, and things like that, and do discuss it on the discussion forum as with the earlier quizzes that you have done so far. Now, you see that let us quickly look at some of the key concepts which are involved in the definition of empathy. Empathy is the experience of understanding another person's condition from their perspective. Now, here we need to differentiate this word from the concept of this word from sympathy. Sympathy is where we try to relate to another person, but from our perspective. We do not want to take somebody else's place, we are in our place, but from here we want to support emotionally somebody else. You place yourself in their shoes and feel what they are feeling, which is what you do not do in sympathy. Sympathy is where you are putting on your own shoes, but from there you are emotionally expressing your feelings to a certain extent for the other person. While American culture may be socializing people into becoming more individualistic rather than empathic, research has uncovered the existence of mirror neurons which react to emotions expressed by others and then reproduce them. Now, you see that in one of my later talks on creativity, I will also talk about the concept of individualistic cultures as opposed to collectivistic cultures. In collectivistic cultures, the focus is on sharing. In fact, most traditions, cultures start off as collectivistic cultures, because you see that in the early phases of pre-civilization, communities evolved only on the basis of sharing. If you did not share with others, then you did not survive. So, community sharing was very significant. However, with time, with the fact that within quotes there was greater apparent autonomy. What I mean by greater apparent autonomy is the fact that economically we are dependent upon one another, but in an at an interpersonal level, at a level of socialization, the dependence on one another in many cultures is much less than it is in many of the other cultures. So, in that context, let us say in the American context, and why only the American context, in many of the urban contexts in India itself, you find that what has happened is that the individual becomes the focus, the family, the others come after that. In fact, you can correlate it with the rates of divorce, whatever the you see that the people might talk about let us say women gender differences and all that. You find that wherever in the pockets in India where individuals or individual ideas, individualism is emphasized, in these pockets the level of divorce cases is much higher than in places where the individual is a subset of the social priorities or things which are more considered more important socially, the family may be, the community may be. Okay. And you find that there is support to recent exploration of the cognitive sciences indicate that there is a lot of support which tells us that empathy is something which is biologically driven, which means that we have empathic cells within our brains, and these are known as mirror neurons, and the mirror neurons get activated when we see things happening okay, by others, and these activate us in such a way that we tend to copy those behaviors, and when that happens we have experiences of empathy. So, there is a biological underlying you might say evidence which tells us that human animals essentially have a very strong empathetic component. Rather, you see that the intuitive social formations which took place probably were very often biologically driven, and much of the empathetic social bonding that took place was biologically driven. It is only with civilization probably and with the complexities of civilization that empathy has become less strong, it has become weaker. Now, mirroring is something which is not only relevant in the context of mirror neurons. We mirror various kinds of things. When we are empathetic with somebody, when we tend to agree with somebody, we tend to emulate that behavior. If somebody is unhappy and has made a sad face, we make a sad face. If somebody stands in a dejected manner, we might stand in a dejected manner. Now, you see that this is a mirroring of positions. When you find that somebody is having a lot of difficulty, let us say uttering a few words, somebody who has a stammer, you might suddenly find that you are trying to silently mouth the words he is trying to utter, as if indirectly trying to help that person speak. Now, these mirrorings do take place. Experience of emotions very often are what are known as contagion, emotional contagion. These experiences are where you see that we are influenced by what we see. Now, this is something which I have already briefly said in our music study, but we find that for instance, when we did research on music, we found that I mean if you listen to music for a fairly long period of time, the music has its impact on the way you feel. The same has been studied, and we have done studies where you see that your facial expressions reflect the visuals that you see, like the audio visuals, maybe movies, sad movies, happy movies, and you find that these to a very great extent are contagious responses or empathetic responses. So, and aesthetic emotions, where you see that where you are reading a story and if the story is sad and you feel sad with the story. So, contagion, mirroring, these are two different things that take place. Contagion is where you are infected by somebody else's emotions and can lead both to sympathy as well as to empathy, and mirroring is where you see that you are trying to put yourself in the other person's place and experience that, or you are trying to emulate that, copy that even in your behavior as in your mind. why do we need empathy? Now, you see that Goldman has identified key elements of empathy, and you say that we can look at some of the very, very significant relevances of empathy in the context of soft skills. You see that the 5 elements that are linked to empathy are understanding other people, developing other people, that is developing a community response. Empathy leads to trying to help other people. So, that having a service orientation, okay, where you think less about yourself and more about the other person, permitting diversity, different varieties of opinions, openness, and a larger awareness of people, society, culture, their politics and all that. Now, these are the 5 elements which make you more empathetic, because to begin with you become more perceptive and then obviously you become more empathetic. And as you can see, I have listed below listening skills, non-verbal communication get linked to understanding others, we have done that. Developing others is where you do mentoring, getting feedback, motivating others. Having a service orientation helps support customer service and all kinds of things. Diversity, building teams, resolving conflicts. Awareness about people, society, core skills of, these are some of the core skills of communication. So, you find that if you are looking at all these elements, probably why you need to be, let us say, empathetic does not need a very strong argument. Okay. But then how do we become empathetic? Is it that people are naturally empathetic and we cannot develop the concept of empathy, or the culture of empathy rather within ourselves? Well, probably that is not the case. What are the habits that help us become more empathetic? And this is again from the Berkeley site, where they have in fact currently running courses on happiness, which as a subset have empathy as a significant component. Curiosity, inquisitiveness, exploring the new as a new person, a stranger, real sincere desire to know about the other person without any kind of scorn or sense of inequality or disdain in one's mind. Now, that is the first thing that we have to have. So, the next time we meet strangers, we are genuinely curious about how they are similar to us, how they are different to us. So, challenging stereotypes. You meet a person from another culture, from another linguistic community, from another country, you have certain preconceived notions, stereotypes about that, what kind of a person that is. American or let us say informal, Britishers are formal, Germans are contemplative, are not expressive, French people are passionate, villagers are very inquisitive about your personal information, so town people are distant and do not feel like talking to people. Different cultures within India having different variations. We have a lot of prejudices, a lot of stereotypes within our minds, and we have to get rid of them. When you are meeting a person for the first time, when you are moving into a culture for the first time, do not give in to the stereotypes, be open, and that in itself is the second step in the direction of empathy, because you are open to new ideas. Now, this is also relevant in the context of creativity, as we will be discussing in the context of those lectures. Put yourself in another's place or shoes, try to put yourself in somebody else's position. Apparently it will be difficult, but after a point of time you can think from the other's perspective. In very difficult situations it is obviously difficult, but as I have shared with you, because empathy is something which is biologically embedded within us, probably this is definitely possible. Look at somebody else's perspective. If you do that, also you become more creative, because you have the ability to think from another different position. Listen, but with a difference. Listen not to fight, as we have discussed earlier, but to understand, to share. Listen with an openness. That is something which we have already discussed to a very great extent in our lectures on listening and speaking. From empathy to action, just being empathetic is not good enough. Empathy should lead to some kind of activity, some kind of act which concretizes whatever you are doing service for others, and studies find that if you serve others without any selfish interest, if you help others without any specific interest or selfish motivation, then you feel more happy. Now, this is a scientific finding. In fact, what I will entreat you to do is to join us in some of the experiments that are linked to these particular slides, where we will explore how actually we are empathetic or not empathetic, and what factors influence our concept of empathy, what rational factors, what emotional factors, and to what extent, and how empathy is probably related to the concept of grief, how it is abated, grief is abated through empathy. These are some of the things we can actually try out as experiments, as has been already indicated in the links provided, and I entreat you, I request you to participate so that we can actually learn together what are the findings. Now, you see that wide coverage, ambitious about empathy, not empathetic about small things, but to be empathetic about large constructs, large concerns, be empathetic about larger things, about the greater good of mankind. If you are able to do that, probably we actually are more evolved, and in the end probably more happy. Now, you see that as I told you, you might say that happiness is linked to the self. That is true to a very great extent, but as I also told you, happiness is also linked to sharing with others, sharing about others, experiencing from others' perspective, and it also is going to be very, very relevant in the context of creativity. So, you actually benefit from it in various ways, and here I will just touch upon one particular idea, the concept of karuna. I told you right at the beginning that we have derived a lot of insights into theories of empathy as well as application of empathy from Indian tradition. We have done to a great extent this from the meditative tradition, but especially of significance is the concept of karuna. Karuna is a Sanskrit word, very strongly to be identified in the context of Buddhism, and in one of the kinds of meditations that is practiced, one is told to wish for the good of your friends. One starts the practice by wishing oneself good, saying that let me be happy, let me be well, let me be healthy, let everything good happen to me, and all kinds of things. Once you have mastered this, then you move on to a step when you say that let my friends be happy, let them be successful, let everything be good with them. So, that this is the first step in the direction of empathy. Then or rather the second, if you are looking at the chain of let us say steps. The third one is where you say that let any stranger, you are asked to focus on any stranger that you do not know, and you wish that person well. You say that let him be happy, or let her be happy, let everything good happen to that person. And the fourth and the ultimate step is where you identify somebody whom you do not like, you identify somebody who is apparently your enemy, and then you develop the technique of wishing that person complete happiness and wellness. Now, this is the probably the ultimate step you can take in the direction of empathy. Now, these techniques are techniques which have been identified as being capable of generating through studies of the brain, okay, through fMRI studies as well as through EEG studies, activation of brain centers which are associated with extreme happiness and calmness. So, it is not that this is on the basis of a theology or a religious bias that I am sharing these ideas with you. These have been scientifically proven, and you find that much of this has been derived from our own tradition, and we need to explore it. Okay. Certain key points of relevance about empathy which we will touch upon. Gender and empathy. Generally, it is found that women are more empathetic than men. Age and empathy. It has been found that by the time we are 2 years old, we start becoming empathetic about other people's pain, and kids within the range of 5 to 7 and 8 feel other people's pain very intensely, and as we become adults, we kind of master this tendency and become more detached in order to navigate better in the society and in the world. Affective empathy has been differentiated from cognitive empathy, where you can feel. Affective is emotion related, empathy where you feel it, experience it, and cognitive is where you understand it. Now obviously they are very closely linked and may or may not be, it is debatable, differentiated. And you see that empathy can be very extreme, where for instance we have the story of Sri Ramakrishna, who sees one person whipping another person, and immediately after that you find that the wounds of the other person appear on his back, not because he is actually getting punished, but because you see that he feels with the other person's pain to such an extent that the physiology of it gets manifested on his body. So these examples are there of extreme empathy as well. As I told you, in Buddhism we talk about empathy, and there is a pathway to it, and you see that the pathway to it is what is known as mindfulness meditation. What basically happens is that you are told to observe yourself, okay, be mindful. Mindful of what? Mindful of your emotions, mindful of whatever activities are going on in your mind. If you are mindful of these, then the next step is to detach yourself automatically, because if you are able to identify your emotions, that means that you are able to detach yourself from yourself at a certain level and say that okay, now I am feeling angry, I can see that I am feeling angry. So there are two selves, one is the experiencing self and the other one is the understanding or discriminating self. So it is not just a theory, it is just a practice, and as you keep on practicing, this certain degree of detachment from your emotions gradually lead you in the direction of being able to control your emotions and in understanding other people's emotions. So again you see that the Western tradition has accepted these concepts, that you see that mindfulness can lead to empathy, and empathy can lead to happiness in a certain sense. And I have also illustrated briefly earlier how empathy can be very relevant for whatever we are dealing with in this particular course. And finally, in this particular slide at least, I would like to emphasize the fact that empathy and generosity are very closely linked together, because if you put yourself in somebody else's shoes and if you can experience somebody else's pain, then it makes you act, which is what we talked about earlier, and might lead you in specific directions. These are some of the things we will study together, as I said a little earlier. And one of the other things that I would like to emphasize as we kind of move in the direction of the end of this session is acknowledging emotions. You see that if you are looking at some of these emotions, these kind of communicate a wide array of emotions. There are still other subtle variances of the emotions. I have discussed with you the 6 dominant emotions. You find that these are subsets or different variations of the emotions. For instance, happiness can be let us say thrilled and happy, it can be joy, it can be calm and happy. Okay. So you can have different kinds of happiness, different degrees of happiness and all that. Now the important thing is that in each case, here is what helps us a lot. If I am angry, and if I am able to detach myself and ask a few questions about anger, probably it is going to not only lead in the direction of better management of anger, but also in the direction of empathy, both the things together. What is it that causes this anger in me? If I am able to identify the causes, probably I will be able to handle those causes in a much better way. Anger is for a reason. Anger might be linked to even, let us say, jealousy. You are angry with somebody because somebody has been successful in a particular context. Now once you find the cause of this anger and you try to analyze that cause in a detached way, probably you would be able to master that and you would be able to self-regulate yourself better. So you see that again we come back to the situation where understanding ourselves is a way of moving in the direction of understanding others, which is what one of your earlier presentations is about. So you see that we are just talking about a wide array of emotions in this particular context, and in each case please ask yourself, every time you feel, let us say, bored, I do not want to do it, ask yourself this question: what is it that is causing me not to do this? What are the reasons? Is it fear? Sometimes it is possible that you tend to postpone things which you are afraid of. They are complex, they are critical, they are anxiety ridden, so let me postpone it. So apathy apparently looks like laziness, but no, deep down probably it is driven by fear or something else. So, if you start analyzing the emotions, you are able to identify the causes of these emotions, and very often the causes are not directly linked to that. For instance, as I told you, anger caused by something else, apathy caused by maybe fear. So, the various complexities of the interrelationships are something which you are able to identify, and that helps you better manage yourself. And once you are able to better manage yourself, you are also in a position to take the first step in the direction of better managing the better managing, but better understanding other people, and then obviously moving in the direction of better managing other people. So, I believe that the last thing I will share with you is that we will be doing some studies with grief and empathy, generosity and empathy, and we will request you to be a part of it, okay, and we will share the results of whatever we do with you. Okay. Thank you very much.